I got fired for attitude problems after refusing to work through my lunch break. My boss said I wasn't a team player. I smiled and left quietly. What he didn't know was I'd been documenting everything for 3 months. I worked at a small marketing firm in downtown Seattle, 20 employees, tight quarters, and one manager who treated the place like his personal kingdom. Derek had been there for 8 years, climbed his way up from junior account manager to department head, and somewhere along the way he'd convinced himself that labor laws were optional suggestions. It started small. Stay 15 minutes late to finish a presentation, answer an email on Saturday morning, skip your afternoon break because a client called. But Derek had this way of making every request sound urgent, life or death, like the entire company would crumble if you didn't sacrifice your personal time. I watched it happen to everyone. Sarah from accounts stopped taking lunch breaks entirely, eating sad desk salads while formatting spreadsheets. Tom in creative started showing up with dark circles under his eyes, muttering about 3 a.m. revision requests. People burned out and quit, and Derek just shrugged and hired replacements. I'd been there 9 months when I noticed the pattern. Derek never asked, he demanded, never compensated, just expected. And he had this smug way of framing it all as dedication, as passion, as being part of something bigger. So I started keeping records. Every time he called me after 6 p.m., I logged it. Every lunch break he interrupted, I noted the time and reason. Every weekend email that demanded immediate response, I screenshot and saved. I bought a small recording device, legal in Washington State with one-party consent, and kept it running during our team meetings. The recordings were gold. Derek casually telling us that real professionals don't watch the clock. Derek explaining that salary meant you work until the work is done. I don't care if it's midnight. Derek laughing about how HR didn't need to know about our weekend work sessions. I wasn't planning some grand takedown. I just wanted insurance. Proof that I wasn't crazy, that this wasn't normal, that his behavior crossed lines. Then came that Tuesday in March. I'd worked through lunch Monday and Friday the week before, stayed until 8 p.m. Thursday for a pitch that Derek ultimately scrapped. I was exhausted, running on coffee and spite. Derek dropped a folder on my desk at exactly noon. Client needs revisions by 2. Get started. I looked at the clock, then at him. I'm taking my lunch break. I'll start at 12:30. His whole face changed. What did you just say? I'm entitled to a 30-minute unpaid break. State law. I'll be back at 12:30 and I'll have it done by 2:15. He leaned over my desk, voice low. I need someone I can count on. Someone who puts the team first. If you're not that person, maybe you should reconsider whether you belong here. I held his stare. I'll be back at 12:30. I took my full 30 minutes, walked to the park, ate my sandwich, let my hands stop shaking. When I got back, Derek wouldn't look at me. The next morning I got the meeting request. HR office 9 a.m. Please bring your belongings. Derek was already there when I arrived, sitting next to Vanessa from Human Resources. She slid a document across the table. Termination letter, effective immediately. We've received reports of attitude problems, Vanessa said, reading from notes. Failure to meet deadlines, unwillingness to be a team player, creating a negative work environment. Derek added, we need people who are committed. You've made it clear you're not. I read the letter slowly, then I signed it, packed my desk into a cardboard box, and walked out. Derek watched me leave with a satisfied smirk, like he'd just taken out the trash. I drove straight to a labor attorney, dumped 3 months of documentation on her desk. Logs, recordings, emails, everything. She listened to one recording and looked up with wide eyes. This is textbook wage theft and wrongful termination, she said. How soon can you file a formal complaint? That afternoon, we submitted everything to the state labor board. Detailed timeline, audio evidence, written records, 47 documented violations of break period laws, 23 instances of unpaid overtime, dozens of after-hours contacts that violated my salary classification. The labor board moved fast. 2 weeks later, they contacted me. Full investigation opened, firm being audited, other employees coming forward with similar complaints. I spent a month in limbo, sending out resumes, doing interviews, wondering if I'd made a massive mistake. Then last week, 2 things happened on the same day. First, I got a job offer from a competitor, better title, 20% pay increase, explicit work-life balance policies in the contract. Second, my attorney called. Derek had been terminated for cause, and the firm settled my claim for 6 months salary plus legal fees to avoid the publicity of a hearing. I start my new job Monday. Job.